Alrighty, so we are going to go ahead and get started. So first of all, on behalf of all of the directors and above in our group, we just want to say thank you for taking time to invest in yourself, invest in your business. If you do not know, we do have our monthly group Zoom room calls once a month at the last Wednesday of every month. My name is Melissa Devine. In the event that we have any new consultants, welcome to our team. Today's topic is going to be on building leadership skills. You're going to hear from 6 leaders. So the topics are going to range anywhere from 5 to 15 minutes based off of what they're covering. Everyone is going to share a little bit of different steps that we all do. So I'm going to start off with what to do when you first get a teammate. Okay, so it's going to be very simple, very black and blue, very like what's in the Sensi Consultant Guide. And then the rest of the other leaders are going to share what they do after that and their own style. So hopefully you have a pen and a paper. What we do ask is that if you have any questions, for the sake of time, go ahead and start typing them in the chat. So at the end of this Zoom call, we can go ahead and answer those questions for you, okay? So you get a new teammate, right? And you're excited and you're probably like, oh my God, what to do? So that is what I am going to talk to you about. Let me put this in full screen here real quick. Okay, give me 1 second. Okay, so all of you in your kit have received the consultant guide. If you haven't, you can actually go into the workstation. You can type in like consultant guide, and the PDF guide is going to be there where you can print that out, or you can order one when you're processing an order for like $2. I like to have one like with every season catalog just to see like all the new pictures and just in case there were any changes. So when you have a new consultant, it's important that when you're having a conversation with them, whether it's via phone, Marco Polo, WhatsApp, whatever form of communication that you have, or Zoom call, making sure that they have that consulting guide in front of them and that you also have that as well, okay? Because in the consulting guide, it's gonna walk you through what the first steps, the first goals are for them. So make sure that you have that on hand. Now, one of my homegirls that I love, fellow Star Director sister, Jessica Villarreal, she's amazing with creating like digital content or like graphics. So what she's done is she created this 2-page PDF where she condensed basically what's in the consultant guide for you to print out and just walk through with your new teammate. And she calls it the Wax Boss Playbook. So I'm gonna try to share my screen with you guys. If not, don't worry, either way, I'm gonna upload this file in the group Zoom room page so you can save it to your phone, save it to your laptop, and that way this is something that you can also use as a tool to help you guide your new teammates, okay? But everything that she's put in here is pretty much off of the consulting guide. It just makes it easier for you. So let me see if I can share my screen, and I will need somebody to in the chat, or if one of the directors can let me know if you can see it.
Yep.
Okay, awesome, because I was doing like a mock Zoom and for some reason it was not coming up for me. Okay. So as you can see here, when you first have the new teammate, you want to make sure that you're making contact with them or that you're scheduling some sort of coaching call with them within 48 hours, okay? You want to set that date of when you're going to have that call, and then you want to find out what is their why within Sensi. Because as a leader, you want to make sure that you're investing your time properly and that you're not giving all of your energy to someone who is just a hobbyist right now, who is in this because they want to get the discount, they want to put their $200 in 1 month and not put another one for another 11 months. You know what I'm saying? So it's really important to talk to them and ask them, okay, cool. So why did you join Sensi? What is it that you want to get out of it? Is this something that, you want to start like a fast start where you're ready to, make money, make a lot of money, help people run your business, where you want me to teach you and guide you and head you in that direction? Or is this something that you want to go at your own pace? Something that is a little bit slower, that maybe it's a hobby? Let me know. So make sure that you establish that, because then you're going to know, again, how to gear your training and your leadership with them. Okay, the next thing that you're going to do is you're going to talk about them setting goals. Ask them, hey, how much money would make you super excited about your Sensi business? All right, let's say they say $600 a month. If you don't know, in a month, when you submit over 2,000 PRV, you get a 5% bonus, making it 30%, which gives you a $600 commission. So now you know that you can discuss that goal with that new teammate. Hey, awesome, you want to make $600 a month? Cool. So your goal is to submit 2,000 in PRV. And let's help you do that. Let's help you set up a launch party. Let's create some custom party links for, your families and your friends, so they can go ahead and start sharing that with their warm market, so we can get you to that 2,000. Okay. Now, and I love how she puts this here. The difference between getting a $500 and a $600 month is basically selling one more dollar. So if that consultant sells $1,999 in PRV, they're going to get 25% commission versus 30%, which is a big difference. So it's important to go over this with them, okay? Next thing, shooting star. That's pretty much one of the first goals that I set with all of my consultants, is that 500 PRV within your first 15 days, okay? Again, all of this is in more detailed in the consultant guide. Again, for the sake of time, I'm trying to go through this really, really fast. So again, when people join your team, they are counting on you to guide them, right? You're gonna have to hold their hand a little bit more in the beginning than you are maybe after, 3 months. So make sure that you are teaching them and educating them on the goals that Sensi has for them and the rewards. They don't know about Shooting Star. They don't know about the benefits that they can have when they submit 500 PRV in the first 15 days. So let them know about that. Let them know that when they are a Shooting Star, not only is it like prestigious to earn that, because that's amazing, and they get their money back on their $99 investment by doing that, but they get access to purchase a kit, a Shooting Star enhancement kit that's worth over $300. They get to buy it for $200, okay? So it's deeply discounted. These are products that they can use for display, for their home party display or an online party display, or they can go ahead and resell it, so they're making a profit. And the cool thing is that on that $200 kit, they earn PRV points, which means that they earn commission on that. So it's that $200 kit is even discounted further once they get that commission reimbursed on that kit. So make sure that you go over that Shooting Star date with them, help them set up a launch party, and help them meet that goal, and follow up with them every 2 days within that 15-day period to see how they're doing and to offer any help. Next thing, 70th day goals. Okay, guys, this is the sensational start. There's 3 levels on that. The higher that they go, the more rewards that they get. Again, for the sake of time, please look at your consultant guide. You can even go on our page, and it's on there about the different award systems. So make sure that they are aware of the sensational start, so they can have something to focus on. Most people just need direction and a blueprint, and it is our job as leaders to make sure that they are aware of that, okay? Party day plan. Make sure that they're setting an online party launch date or a home party, whatever they feel comfortable with. Make sure that they set a date, but it is important that they are doing something to let their friends and their family know that they have launched a fun and fragrant Sensi business, okay? Now it says, cool, if you'd like someone to help you with your launch, we certainly can. We'll be there to supporting you along the launch. Again, that's where you as a leader come in to help them with their launch party, however that may be, whether it's a QR code party, online party, home party, etc. Okay? This is super important, guys, super important. Use social media as your platform. Make sure that they are using social media. Okay, somebody admitted it, thank you. That they're using social media as their platform, okay? She says, before officially announcing your business, make sure that you go over the Get Started checklist, which is important, guys. When they log into their workstation as a new consultant, there is a Get Started checklist. The videos are probably like no more than 5 minutes. They need to make sure that they watch that they click it, so they get credit for that, and that they complete that process, okay? So make sure that they do that. It says open a party on your workstation. So as a leader, show them how to create an open party. So as they have this launch party, all of those orders are captured under her very own launch party, so she can earn rewards, okay? And that's gonna be the link that she or he are gonna share with everyone. Tip number 1, all right, I'm at 11 minutes. Tip number 1, make sure that they're going live, okay, on social to share their excitement about their new business, and ask people if they want to be invited to their online party, or if they'd like a private link, a custom link, anything like that. But either creating a YouTube video, stories, Facebook Lives, unboxing their kit, make sure that they are doing that to create that excitement and that awareness that they are a new Scentsy consultant in town. Plus, it's really cool when 5 years later you can go back and look at that video or that Facebook Live, and you're gonna see how far you've come along. I just saw like my first YouTube video, and it is so cringy. Oh my God, it's so cringy, but it's cool to see like how far we've come. So take those videos and have fun. Don't take yourself too serious. Step number 2, like she said, once your kit arrives, go live, have fun, incorporate your kids, incorporate your pets, your spouses. This is a family-friendly business, okay? This business is intended to bring families together and not to separate them. So use this as an opportunity to get your children involved, have them put labels on your catalogs, have them smell testers live with you, incorporate your family, and people are gonna love that. Tip number 3, she says, go live, share your testimonial, don't be salesy, all that good stuff. Alrighty. Sorry, I'm talking fast, but again, I want to be respectful of you guys' time and make sure everybody has time. Build your dream team list, okay? If you or someone on your team wants to make it to the top, wants to really increase their commissions, guys, the way to go is building a team, okay? You're gonna burn yourself out selling versus building a team and earning residuals and leadership bonuses off of them. So the key to success in this type of business model really is in growing, sharing this opportunity, helping others grow in their business, and you in turn will be rewarded with leadership bonuses. So this just talks about helping them build their dream team list. And she has some lines where they can write down the people that, they want on their team, and conversations that they want to have, which you can help them with that, or we can help you come up with scripts. I love scripts, so we can help you with that. But she does have some scripts here for the party day. For the sake of time, I'm not gonna go over that, but you guys can see it. It's on your screen. And how to double promote in the first 30 days. I'm really glad that she included this, because this is something that I do with my new consultants. I want them to double promote in their first 30 days. Okay, and this is how you're gonna see massive success, is if this is the way that you are training your frontline and you're teaching them to train their frontline. So you wanna make sure that their launch party reaches the 500 PRV, that they are shooting star. And then within that party, ask those guests if they want discounted products. And then book parties from that launch party, from your guests, okay? And by doing that, you're going to increase not only your network and your sales, but you're increasing your opportunities to grow your team, because we have the opportunity to flip hostesses, and that's like a whole nother topic. But the more people that you can get to commit to having a party, and that they meet the minimum of 200, the more opportunities you have to offer those hostesses that discounted hostess kit, okay? So we want to get as many hostesses as we can so we can invite them or mention that $59 kit, and that's how you can grow your team. Okay, let's see, I'm at 14:45. All righty, so let's see. She just talked about the hostess kit. And by doing that, by making sure that your new consultant has a 500 in PRV, that she's booking parties from her parties, and that she's getting some people to, be flipped and become a consultant. And then they in turn do the same thing, reaching their 500 and so forth. Oh, I found here. Let me put it up a little bit more. She broke it down here. It's right there on the bottom. I can't see it here. This thing is like in the way. I don't know what you guys can see, but like right here, she says, once you reach 1,000 in PRV, you'll reach your first promotion, which is certified consultant. If we help your friend get 200 or more in PRV, and between the both of you, you have at least 1,334 in PRV, you'll double promote to lead. Bam. That is how you're going to grow your team. So guys, I'll upload this to the group Zoom room page, print it out, follow it, make it your playbook. But this is how you're going to see massive success if you teach your frontline how to do this playbook and teach them to do the same. So over and up to the next star director.
Hi guys, so I'm Jessica. I'm the director of team Don't Quit Your Daydream. So I'm going to go over connection a little bit with everybody. So what I'm going to talk about is kind of bouncing off of what Melissa just went over. When you have a new consultant sign up, you want to make sure they're connected to all of the groups that they need to be connected to on Facebook and through the workstation, have the proper links. I think all the directors on here on our team pages have a welcome post that includes all the links that they want to follow, the groups they want to follow, and pretty much all the tools that you need. So that's what I'm going to be talking about. So when somebody signs up, I have a tag a new consultant post in the announcements on the top of my page. You can do this on your own team page. You can tag them in your director's post. I bounced off of Melissa from her page with my new consultant post. So I'm just going to go over what I have on here. And it's pretty much step by step. And I think Cassie has the same thing on hers. It's the link to the workstation. So it's basically logging into the workstation and doing the new consultant checklist, which is what Melissa just went over. I have right on number 2, the Sensi customer service phone number, which is really important. New consultants, I forget to do that sometimes, to give them the support number. And it's very important they have it because there's things that we cannot help them with as far as parties and order issues. So just make sure you have that for them available. And then most importantly is to tag them in the groups that they need to be in. When I first started sponsoring people, I realized I was tagging people into too many groups. And I think people got confused. So I tried to do my group. I have my group in my team page. I like to do my star director, who is Cassie, and my superstar director, who is Callie and Becca. And that's Group Make It Happen. I think everybody on here should be following Group Make It Happen. And if you're not, you should be. You'll find the best information, I think, through there, and you'll have the most connections. I want to say they have, I think, 16,000 consultants or something along those lines. So next is the samples page. So if you're not on the samples page, it's tons of ideas on how to make samples, flyers for the samples. There's a flyers page on Facebook, a page for working your business, official Sensi consultants. You want to tag them to Heidi and Orville. And then director aspiration. So I have the links. I don't know if everybody can see this. I'm not sure. I have the links on my Facebook page. If anybody needs them, you can message me and I will send them to you. But those are the most important groups for your new consultants to be following. What else is on here? There's a link on creating your own launch party that goes through the Success Store. Or no, that's a workstation, sorry. How to create your own VIP group. So these are all links to basically the I want to say it's like a cheat for the workstation, because sometimes when people get on the workstation, they have trouble finding things. It's hard to navigate. So they're going to go to this one post on my page, on Melissa's page, on Cassie's page, on Brittany's page. The one post you can tag your new consultants on, and everything they need to get started, all the groups they have to join, all their checklists, everything is right on that page. So that's it for me. I think we are not sure who's next.
It's me. It's me.
Right. It's all you, Cass. Thank you, everyone.
Hey guys, Cass here. For those of you who do not know me, I am the STAR director of Group Aubrey's Angels, and I'm going to come to you with communication. Okay, so one of the really important things that you need to do in leadership is communicate. Okay, I struggle with communication. That's just something that I struggle with. So for 4.5 years now, I've been trying to figure out a way where I can reach the people under me without being overwhelmed, or without having too many individual messages that I have to send out. So when you have anyone under you, so this is literally from lead and above, you need to pay attention to who's on your team, okay? Because eventually, if your ultimate goal is director, you are going to be a leader of every single person under you. So from me down, all right? Because Melissa starts the very, very top. Well, Becca and Callie do, but in this training, Melissa starts the top of our group. But with just me alone, so that doesn't count Brittany, that doesn't count anybody above me, Rachel, Mel, there are almost 500 people in my group. It is very, very, very difficult to reach out to 500 people individually, but communication and making sure everybody is on the same page is so important. So what I did was I downloaded this app called Project Broadcast. There are different ways to do this. This app I just found to be very, very, very helpful. It's $20 a month, and I'm able to schedule text messages. So if you are underneath me, I sent out a project broadcast today about group Zoom room. And it literally just said that today, that today was the group Zoom room, gave you the link to the Facebook group and all that good stuff. So it didn't send to one person. I'm looking at it now, but I sent it out to 450 people today. Okay. There is no way that I would have been able to reach 450 people individually without this app, in my opinion, unless there's something else. But if you're not communicating with your group, if you're not communicating with your team, there's a sense of disconnect. And people may not be on the same page, or people may be missing information, because if you really think about it, there's only a few of us here that do Sensi full time, that don't have any other job or anything else that we tend to. So it is sometimes difficult to remember every single thing that happens within our Sensi community while dealing with your everyday life. So it's up to, the sponsors, the leaders, the directors, the STAR directors to make sure that, yes, the information is on the workstation, but that we're also communicating with our teams for important things like this training tonight. So I went ahead and I sent that out, but there's another thing that I used to do before I downloaded Project Broadcast. For those of you who don't want to do the monthly expense, those of you who don't have 500 people on your team that can still do this without being overwhelmed. So what I do is I put everybody in my phone as a contact, and I just go ahead and I make sure that they all have like the same emoji. So like if you're one of my directors, or you're, my frontline, I'll put like a purple heart. If you're a customer, I'll put, a butterfly. If you're a part of my team, I'll put something else. If you're a part of my group, I'll put something else. So that way, when I pull up the emoji in my contacts, every single person that's a part of that actual group will pop up. So I will know who to text, who to send the message to, and who to reach out to. So that's just really important, is you just want to make sure that you're really, really, really staying in constant communication with your groups and your teams. Because I will say from myself, just learning how to do it, because, we don't all start with leadership books here. We kind of learn as we go. When I don't communicate versus when I do communicate, I just see a huge difference in numbers and active frontline and excitement and group morale and just all the things. Even with sending out information for the trainings, it seems like we do have more people show up when I actually send out the reminders versus when I don't. So that's just another thing that I have. A little tip for you is communication is key. And if you have any specific questions about Project Broadcast, I can go ahead and address it after the training. That is all for me.
Hey guys, my name is Rachel and I am the director of Team Fiercely Capable. So today I'm going to be going over free ways to recognize and acknowledge, shouting out your team. I think this is like a super important topic as a leader, whether you're lead or you're star consultant, whatever, rank you're at. It's super important to be able to share with your team when they're doing great, because sometimes they don't get it, and let's say they're 9 to 5, or let's say they don't get it at home. So it really makes a difference when you shout out that teammate for whatever progress or whatever little things they do. But I know that as you continue to grow your team, sometimes we financially cannot, send out happy mail, or we can't buy them a Starbucks coffee, or whatever the case may be. So I have a few tips of different ways you can do that. That's completely free. So the first one is shouting them out on your group page. So if you already are at the point where you have a group page, I know depending on who you are, some people are more fond of once you become a lead consultant, and once you have created, let's say, start, recruiting, and you have a team to now create a group page for them. Some people are completely against that. So it depends on the type of person you are, the type of consultant. But if you do have a group page, recognizing them in your group page is like, at least I know for my team, they get very excited. They love it. Whether it's sharing a screenshot of whatever it is that you're shouting them out. Something that I do is if I see a behavior, a positive behavior in one of my teammates that I want to see repeated, or that I think should be repeated, is a good, let's say they're doing vendor events, or they just have a great post that I think is super like eye catchy. I'll share that in my group page and give them a shout out, and just highlight the fact that, they're doing great work as a consultant, to keep it up, and that I'm super proud of them. That right there is, sharing positive behavior that you would like to see repeated. Another great way is sending a voice memo. This is one of my favorite ways. And I know for me as a director, I want to continue and work on doing this more, because I think people hearing your voice and your enthusiasm and your excitement makes them feel enthusiastic and excited, and just like pumped up to hear like, wow, my director or my sponsor or whoever is super proud of me. So just sending them a heartfelt voice memo. It could be like 10 seconds, like, oh my God, I can't believe you just went live. That's awesome. Whatever the case may be, something super short, but to them, when they hear your excitement, it's much more personal than you sending them a text, I think. Another great way is if you have a group chat or a messenger chat between your team, is just highlighting, again, whatever behavior, or let's say they got promoted, let's say they added a new team member, let's say they recently did a vendor event and it went awesome, shouting them out in that group chat, and just acknowledging the fact that you saw that they're working their business. Because again, everyone, I believe, has a different love language and has a different way that they like to be complimented. So sharing that you're proud of someone can just make their day. Another way, if you're into Instagram, I am huge. I love working with Instagram specifically. I prefer Instagram over Facebook. So if you have an Instagram, doing stories and sharing positive behaviors that your team is doing through your stories, not only are you highlighting, giving that shout out to that team member, but you're also sharing that there is like a sisterhood, that we have like camaraderie within our team. And that in itself can showcase like why someone might want to join Sensi. So stories is a great way to share whether or not a team member is doing well, or they're doing something that you just want to shout them out for. And last but not least is emailing. Everyone has a different preferred way of being contacted. Some people prefer email. Some people, are on their email all day. So depending on the type of person you are and the type of person that your teammate might be, this could be a great way, but it doesn't have to be. I know for me at one point, I was like, oh my God, I hate emailing. Like that sounds much more difficult than just texting them or sending them a voice memo or whatever. But it does not have to be that hard. You can save a flyer or an image on your phone and then just email it out to whoever it is that you're emailing it to, and save the verbiage in your notes. It doesn't have to be something super extravagant, but I think it's important to meet someone where they're at. You know, some people, again, might prefer email. Some people you might see that they respond very well to voice messages. Some people like the acknowledgement of being shouted out through social media. However, you know, you feel that your teammate might appreciate it most is just, I guess, as a leader, you can shout them out in that way. But those are just my few tips. And I think Sally's next. Bye, guys.
Hi, everyone. My name is Sally Duguay. I am the director of Fierce Fragrance Angels, if you don't know me. I'm just going to kind of piggyback off of Rachel. I also am going to cover acknowledgements as well. What I do for my team is I have a top 10 in every month for sales. And what I do is I send them out happy mail. And in my happy mail, I always do some type of theme or some cute little twist on words where just last month it was extra, you know, you were #1 in PRVs, and I put like a pack of extra gum in there and then just put some little tchotchkes in there. I think the month before that it was, I can't remember. Every month there's just some sort of twist on words that I'll use, and then whatever those words I'm using, I'll put something that coincides with them as just a little gift, just to let them know that I appreciate them. I appreciate all their hard work. And I also do try to every month, by the 5th day of the month, do shout outs for who's been active by the 5th of the month, or even the 15th of the month. I also do team shout outs at the end of the month to shout out the top 10. And also for those that were active that maybe didn't make the top 10, they are also acknowledged as well for their hard work, because not everybody obviously can make the top 10 every month. And that's really my contribution to this tonight. And that's it. I'm gonna hand it over to you, Brittany.
Hello, everybody. So I'm the last speaker tonight. So we won't be taking your time for too much longer, but if you don't know who I am, my name is Brittany. I am the star director of Group Fearless Faith. And I'm kind of going to just sum it up for you, do a little recap, but I did want to start really quick with just like what the definition of leadership is, because I think that it sums it up so well that I just couldn't say it better myself, which is leadership is the action of leading a group of people or an organization. And then it puts in like italics that different styles of leadership. I love that they put that in there. I love that they put that there will be different styles of leadership. So I wanted to just end tonight to let you guys know you don't have to do every single thing that you've heard on here tonight to make sure that you're a great leader, right? I think that that's one of the things that leadership and can like kind of get scary, is because you feel like you have to do all these things and then you get overwhelmed. But what I want to let you guys know tonight is if you're a leader, if you're somebody who has just one person, because once you hit lead, you are then considered a leader in Scentsy's eyes. And you should start implementing things that directors do that moment. Once you get that one person, that just means just start, make a chat with 1 or 2 people, like you heard some people say. Send like little voice memos that you heard Rachel talk about. If you can, send a little postcard. If you can't, there were a ton of free ways that Rachel went over that you can do when you become that leader and you want to recognize those teamies. Because one of my favorite things that I've heard in Scentsy that I say all the time is reward what you want repeated. It's one of my favorite sayings, because if someone's doing really good when they start, but they don't feel acknowledged, right? And they do these things and they do these things and they're so excited and they're so proud of themselves, but their leader never acknowledges them at all. Most likely their excitement of that starting that business is going to wither down, and then they're just going to feel like they're doing it for nothing at that point. So I do think that acknowledgement's really, really important, but it does not need to break the bank. But that's why I really like that the definition puts in there different types of different styles of leadership, because you really can make leadership your own. Leadership is servanthood, but it doesn't tell you how you exactly have to serve. Whether just choose 1, 2, 3 things and just do it really well. So tonight we went over the first thing that Mel went over was kind of just like the basics, right? Knowing the consultant guide, knowing what they need to do when they first sign up so that you can guide them in the correct ways, and that foundation, having that good foundation. And just went over the amazing connections and making sure adding them to the right groups, and you're making sure that they know where to find those trainings so that they can gain that knowledge, in turn turning that to PRV. Making sure you're communicating with them. And then what I really loved, I think Mel said it in our director and up training, was leadership's kind of like a sundae. And you have your bowl, right? Which is all those foundation work and all the just those like very corporate, just like bland, not fun, just the things that us as leaders, we need to know. And then you start putting in those scoops of ice creams, and it gets better as the sundae gets bigger. You put a banana and all that stuff. And then all of a sudden, once you start to connect with your teamies and you start to know them and you start to understand them, you start to see them doing all these awesome things. You get to add those sprinkles, the chocolate syrup, the cherry on top, which is the happy mail, and the acknowledgement, and all those fun things. So I pretty much just wanted to come on here, kind of recap, like I said, and make sure that you guys know that you can start doing this stuff as soon as you hit lead. And even if you haven't started a business, I love that you came on here tonight, because, you know, knowing what to do will make it a lot easier when it is time for leadership. And I'm super excited to see you guys all grow. And I know that the other leaders are as well. So I'm going to just kind of head it on over to the Q&A part, and we will answer those questions for you.
Does anybody have any questions that they didn't put in
Yep,
chat?
I was just checking the chat and there's nothing. So anybody? Anybody?
So I have a question.
Oops, sorry, go ahead.
Hi, I'm Bianca. I pretty much don't have a teammate. I'm kind of feeling like I'm still learning, but from what I was told from, you know, my group chat, from other people of my front line or the people above me, they say to kind of try and get someone to join with you so that you can learn together and it's easier to teach each other. What are ways to pretty much try and get people to join, but also like keep it fun and keep it to where I'm learning as well?
Anybody want to answer that?
I can answer.
What?
You can answer, Britt, or I can answer.
Either one. We could even both do it, because I'm sure. Did you say, or you can answer? I'm getting blown up. I'm sorry. You keep seeing me lean forward. My.
No, okay. Whichever. I have an answer for it if you want to go first.
Oh, you can go first, and I'll go after.
Okay. One of the ways that I've been able to grow my team is just be fully transparent and share my journey and my excitement with my journey. So for an example, tonight after I get off of this call, I'm probably going to make a post about it on my Instagram story, to share like the ins and outs of my business, because even though most people probably don't care that I was on a Zoom call for an hour, there might be that one person that is looking for something like this, and it might intrigue them, and they might see the success from my story and my journey with Sensi, and it might inspire them. So my biggest tip would be to share your journey, even small things, whether it's doing samples, whether it's someone that inspires you in the Sensi world, whether it's something that you learned, whatever it might be, it's just to share it, because you never know who's watching and someone might be inspired by it.
I love that.
Thank you. I like that.
She did say some things I was going to say, but pretty much all she said, if you want to sum that together, was do together, right? That was one of the things when we first when I first joined. I joined a couple months after Rachel. We had the same sponsor. Our sponsor is now not here anymore, but my first ever little like dinner training night was actually when she was there, and it was really fun. And it didn't matter that there was only like 4 or 5 of us. We got together and we just had so much fun, and we would make the time to get together. So even when it wasn't like quote unquote potlucks together, we still made that that initiative to be together. Together is such a huge thing in Scentsy. So like whether it's doing a day where you work together for 1 hour and you just, even if you don't talk while you're on the Zoom call or the FaceTime or whatever, just so you guys are keeping each other accountable, right? That's another thing. They could be your accountability partner. When you start so small, it's so easy. Like Cass was talking before, she's got about 500, almost 500 people under her. I have, I think I'm 1 away from 700. It's impossible for us to stay connected to every single person. But when you're that small and you're just starting, you can. And I kind of almost miss that feeling of when I was smaller, where I knew everybody's name and I knew everyone's kids and I knew everything. So just embrace only having those few people and really just come together and love on each other. And that's another thing I forgot to mention before, was if you're a leader, the biggest thing with me in my leadership is just making sure that my people know that I'm there for them. Love on your team and be there for your team and show up for your team. And if you show up for your team, they'll show up for you. So that's just, thank you for bringing that up, because it reminded me that I didn't say that. And I hope that we answered that okay.
Thank
I just
you.
want to add one thing to that. As far as getting people to join your team, I definitely agree with the just putting out there your business, like how you're excited about your business, what you're doing with your business. But I found having my friends host parties for me in the beginning to build my team was getting my friends, people I'm close to host a party to connect, to bring Scentsy into our relationship a little bit more. And I found that I started building my team because those party hosts were flipping. They were getting to know Scentsy, they were getting to know the product. So for me, initially building my team, flipping party hosts was the easiest way because I didn't know how to put myself out there. You know, I didn't want to overpost or ask people to join. So I had people I was close to host parties. And then from there, you know, show them the business and show them how easy it is and how good they did with their sales and their party, and, you know, just ask them to join me and then be in it together from there. So I just wanted to add that.
That's awesome, because I actually have 2 parties for October that I actually booked. So I'm kind of excited to do them. And again, hopefully I'll use some of these tips to try and, you know, flip a party and actually have a teammate.
And like Brittany was
So
saying, of showing love to your, you know, your team, you can do that with your party hosts. Like tell them how great they're doing. You know, they're doing amazing on their sales, they're doing amazing, you know, with their party page, and, you know, like you pump them up and, you know, make them feel that, you know, they can do this too, and show them how to do it and show them how to post. But, you know,
right.
I just personally think the easiest way is flipping party hosts.
I
Okay.
agree.
Thank-
I'm really excited about this topic because I love sponsoring. And like Jessica said, that is really how I grew my business as well. Back when I started almost 7 years ago, there really wasn't all these great like hostess kits or flipping or anything like that. But I would just let my hostesses know, like, hey, you know, you had a $500 party, you already have a customer base. You know, your friends and your family, they can either order from you and you can make money, or they can order from me. But the reality is that I would much rather you benefit off of them because you already have a relationship with them. And then now that you can flip the PRV so that hostess gets commission, break it down to her. Say, hey girl, you can join for a $59 kit. You can get 3 items at half off, and, you know, tell the rewards, plus you'll earn $125 commission. This is on a $500, you know, party. So the more that you can stack up the benefits and let them know, like, listen, this is your commission, this is your rewards, you already have a customer base. Why don't we just go ahead and flip this to you so you can get all of these rewards? So that is really how I kind of went into it. And also the mindset, because when I first started, I really didn't have anybody training me. So I was really like, sales, sales, sales. I gotta get sales. I gotta get sales. I gotta get sales. Like that was my focus, right? I wasn't really focusing on building a team until I realized that the money is in building a team. So it's really important to think long-term in this business if you really want to, create some sort of wealth, because sales are just for now, but recruitment and, leadership bonuses, that's like long-term and that's forever. You'll always get paid on those consultants as long as they're working, their business. So I know that sometimes it's hard, like initially, like to give up that, $500 PRV to someone because you're like, man, I can make commission on this or I'll lose this. But it's important to know what you want out of the business. And if it's long-term success, and if it really is like building an empire, building an organization, know that it might be a little bit of a sacrifice now, but if you continue to work with them, continue to work with your team, you're going to see rewards that far outweigh that commission that you would have gotten one time. So always lead with the opportunity. That's something that most of us were taught. Initially going into a business like this, you think sales first and then like a party and then joining. But it really should be join, party, shop. Present the opportunity to them first. If they're not interested in that, then talk about having a party link for them so they can get 3.5% off rewards. And then if they're not interested in doing that, then they can pay retail price for their product. So always kind of go into that, join, party, shop, lead with the opportunity, and that's the way to build a strong business. That's it.
Thank you, Melissa. I appreciate that.
You're welcome, sweetheart. Any other questions? Preguntas?
Sorry, I was just checking the chat. It was not questions. Anybody else? Anything, even if it's not about leadership, does anybody just have questions that maybe having the leaders here and different minds to kind of bounce things off of? Get it while you have it.
I want to just put something out there because I think people on my team are here. The bar special that we're having right now for sampling, definitely take advantage of it if you can. The five bricks for the $90. I ordered mine today, and I ordered the felt, the little bar felt pieces. And I'm planning on making a little flyer, sampling each scent for my customers, sticking it in the mail and mailing it to every single one of my customers. Because those bars are $24 a piece or 2 for $40. So I'm just throwing out there, that's a good opportunity for us to make some sales going into the holidays.
All right. I mean, it looks like I think we're good. I don't think we have any other questions.
One more. I'm sorry. I do have one more question.
Great.
I do have, with my last party, I did pretty good. So I'm thankful. But I wanted to know, obviously, the 5 bars, I'm definitely going to consider adding as far as to my host rewards and my half off credits. What other products do you think would be great to promote around this time, or to use my host rewards or credits towards? I know that I wanted to since I have more than 3 as far as the half offs, I definitely want to go ahead and get an air purifier, and I've been kind of promoting that a lot. But what other products do you think would be, good to recommend around this season and around this time that would help get customers to be more engaged and more, into Scentsy products?
I'd love to take this one, if that's okay. So this is something that I do around this time with my hostess credits, and I do this every year. I go to the dollar store, and this is again, guys, this is the sprinkles. If you can do it, there's not just sprinkles in leadership, there's sprinkles throughout the whole entire consultantship. I love to start now using my hostess credits to make little cute what is it called? Like Christmas gifts. So I'll go to the dollar store, I'll get a cute little Christmas mug, and I'll start using my hostess credits for like matching room sprays and bars, or matching scent circles and bars. And I will put a little bit of like crinkle paper in the bottom, put a wax and a circle or a room spray in the circle or in the cup with maybe some peppermints or a candy cane or something, and then wrap it in cellophane with a cute little Christmas bow, everything from the dollar store. So super, super cheap. And then that way, you have these pre-made gifts. So if you go to vendor events, or if you do personal specials, remember, through email or text or project broadcasts or DMing, you can share those with your customers, and then they can buy those pre-made gifts. It's already there ready for them, and you are promoting your business, letting them know that you do these gifts, so that if they think of down the road, oh, birthday gift, Father's Day gift, Mother's Day gift, you're already putting in their head that you do little gift bundles. And then on top of that, if you do want to put it out there, and this is a trick that I do, I think it's completely compliant, so I hope I am. But I will, even if it's not taken, I will post a picture and I will thank my mom, or I will thank somebody. Thank you so much for ordering your little gift bundles. I have them all ready for you. If anybody else wants information on this, just give me a message. They're not taken. Those 3 little cups, they're sitting there on my desk ready to go to the next person who wants them, but we can't post stock online. We cannot post stock in our Facebook. So I will just do a little purple Scentsy lie, and I'll be like, oh, thanks for buying these, so on and so forth. You know, if anybody else wants some, hit me up. Your girl does baskets, you know, something like that. And then I use my hostess credits to boost my PRV, and it doesn't cost a lot of money. And then you are bringing up because a lot of times people go, okay, I don't need anything, so I'm not going to buy Scentsy. We need to rewire people's brains. We need to make them want to buy Scentsy, not just for themselves, but Scentsy for other people. We need them to see us as a means of shopping, literally, like Walmart or Macy's or Target. We need them to see us as open for business, not just when they need something. So I felt like that was a really great way for me to boost my sales in a different aspect than just, hey, do you need wax? Hey, is your warmers good? Hey, do you need a diffuser? So on and so forth.
Brittany, sorry. Just a question, because I actually don't know the amount. Are we allowed to add the dollar amount, say for like the mug you bought in the cellophane? Are we allowed to add that to the top of the cost to a certain price point?
I believe we are not. And I also believe that you're not allowed to put more than 10%. So whatever the cost of, so if I have a scent circle, I don't know, and a bar, 3, 6, 7, 8, 9. So 9, I can only put 10% of 9 into the gift bundle. So a lot of people don't follow that. That's why they don't post it on social media, because I guess it's technically after 10% seen as a personal special. And I want you guys to know that they do that to protect consultants, not Scentsy itself. They do that so it's a level playing field. They know that not everybody has the same income. They know that not everybody has the same amount that they can spend to splurge on their customers. So they want to make sure that they're allowing us to all be able to not have Jilly Sue down the corner go, oh, I'm not going to buy from Jess because I'm going to go to Brittany because she puts a little sparkle and extra juju in her little baskets or her things. So they don't want us to publicly post it all over the place that we do that, because then it allows people to have that even playing field within their business. But
so we can charge up to the 10% of whatever the value is, right?
No, I don't see. What I said was, I don't think you can charge extra at all. I think charge what the cost of the actual Scentsy is in there. And then on top of that, you can only have extras, the cup, candy cane, anything else. It can only be 10% worth of the actual value of the PRV. So what's 10% of $9? 90 cents. So your stuff can only cost 90 cents. But okay, so Melissa just said 90 cents as well. So that means I'm correct. But I'm sure Scentsy's not going to come after you if your stuff costs $1 and not 90 cents. I'm just making sure that you guys are aware, so you're not putting in a bottle of wine and, a whole Lindt chocolate and in your basket and going, here guys, buy this, because then that's where it kind of goes crazy. Anybody else?
I'm just gonna chime in on this because I love your ideas, Brittany, and I love how this is like going. And I love, I'm sorry, what's your name? Nina Mezbel.
Sorry, Bianca.
What is it, Bianca?
Yes.
Oh, okay. You're just amazing. I just want to say that. So I love that you jumped on here and you're asking questions and you're really like, taking a grasp and a hold on what you want to do to help your business. And I just wanted to put my 2 cents in. I'm Nicole, by the way. I'm director of SWATs, Love Sense. But so when you were talking about your hostess and, kind of what you should buy next, this is where yes, I love Brittany's idea. I also, if you can do it, like she said, a lot of people can. And as of right now, I know I'm having hard times like hosting in-home parties or whatever because of COVID. People are so, especially in my group, period. People are so petrified. So for me, honestly, like with the hostess and the rewards or whatever, any chance I can get to get the product, obviously still earning, my PRV or whatever, to send out samples on anything that gives them a different, way to smell that fragrance is totally something we should all take advantage of. I like my washer whiffs are my samples. Like I fell in love with that product. That's the reason why I joined. Cass sold it to me and got me hooked. So, I try to put out washer whiffs as much. It's more of like how much you enjoy the product and your knowledge of the product. Of course, obviously, the more that you use the product, the more knowledge that you can give to a customer. So another example or another way to put it out there is anything that you can get your hands on to make samples and just put it in somebody's hands so they can actually smell our different fragrances. Because let's be real, guys, once you smell Scentsy, it's a wrap. Like we're all wrapped up in it. So yeah, I just wanted to say that. So don't forget to buy some extra little things or get your little hostess rewards to make some samples because you want to put it in somebody's hand.
Thank you, Nicole. I appreciate that.
You're welcome, love. You're the bomb.com. Keep doing you, girl.
Thanks.
Anybody else with questions? No question is a bad question. No? Who is recording, by the way?
Who wants to do the group photo too before we all end, if people want to turn their videos on if they can?
Oh yeah, so I'm recording.
My phone's on the charger, so everyone have their phone on hand that they can do a picture.
My name is on my phone, or I would.
I can do it too.
Okay.
I'm like, I would do it, but I'm in the car. I'm like, and it's so dark. I'm actually just pulling up to my house. So like, if you have a few seconds, that'll work.
Oh no.
Okay,
Cass, you
so
gonna take your camera off?
my lighting sucks in here. I've been using a Scentsy Go for my lighting.
Oh,
I don't know
oh,
how
I
good it
love
is. I'm
it.
getting a glare.
Yes, keep that up, Bianca. Okay, cool. All right. If you want to do something, I don't know, hands in the air, scream, Scentsy Spirit, whatever you want. So it looks super fun when we share it on social media. All right. One,
Needs
two,
me to send it to them.
All right, ladies.
Super
Well,
fun.
thank you
But
so
Melissa, I
much.
lost your sound again.
I'm gone?
My thing.
Hey, Melissa, really quick before you close it out. I saw another team do this in a different, what is it called? A different business. They did party one night on Zoom and they recorded it and then they made it into like little reels where they like were all just dancing to a song. So it was really cute. So I want to do
Yes, yes. You know, we're all about the reels, Instagram reels and TikToks. Love it.
that. I'm obsessed with Instagram and I'm totally okay with it.
Love it. Guys, well, again, thank you guys so much for tuning in. I can say that on behalf of all of your uplines and directors, we love you all so much and we want nothing but the best and for each and every one of you to succeed. So please stay tuned in to your team pages, stay plugged into the group Zoom room calls, get your teams there. If you guys have any questions, we're all here for you. We love you. God bless. Finish the month strong and let's start October even stronger. Bye, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you, ladies.
Have a good night.
Um,
Bye.